Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Today is Thursday, June 15th, 2023, and this is our Friday Eve, y'all. So, y'all already know we're going to have some fun today. We are going to have some laughs. So, just prepare your gut because we are going to laugh today. We are going to have some news, of course, because of course this is news in motion. Your source for relevant commentary and call to action. But of course, today we are going to laugh because today Thursdays are our Friday Eve. So we like to let loose a little bit. We like to relax. So whether you are tuning in live here at 7:25 a.m. or if you are catching the replay, whether it's in the evening, the afternoon, or near that nighttime, we just want to say thank you for watching and listening all around. For our audio podcast listeners, y'all know what we like to say here. Thank you for turning those dials to Hot 97 and joining the sound waves. Later on, my man, Mr. Marty Marr, going to have the song of the day for you. And, got something special for this Throwback Thursday. He gonna be playing some Notorious B.I.G. for you. But for the people who are tuning in through the tubes of you, through the book of face, we just want to say thank you for coming in and joining the party. And y'all are coming up in here on this Thursday morning. I almost said Friday. All the days are mashing together. But if you are ready for some laughs, if you are ready for relevant commentary and news, y'all know what we do here. Let's get some news in motion.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It is time for News in Motion. I am your host, Gail Dudley. And as Isaiah said, this is our what we call Friday Eve. We're kind of relaxed on this day. We've been giving y'all content upon content all week. If you've missed any episode this week, we would encourage you to go back and watch the replay. If you want a Wednesday workshop, definitely go back to yesterday's Wednesday workshop and check that out as well. I see you, Tracy Newmy. I see you, Robert Holman. Kenny Stanley is also in the green room, but he's on YouTube. I see Regina Shorts in here. What's up, Victoria Murray coming in here from LinkedIn. I see Deborah Sneed in the room. I see Jeffrey Allen James on Facebook. Marion Jackson's on YouTube. Adrian's on YouTube. Deborah Johnson is on Facebook. Good morning to you. I see Shardinia on Facebook. Fred Jones is on Facebook as well. Yvonne Gardner is on YouTube. Stephanie Burbridge Hall, good morning to you. Facebook. Shirley Nicholson, Facebook. Y'all are coming in here on every platform. So I just want to say good morning also to all of you who are not in the chat feature, but you're on the podcast platforms. That's all of them. Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, Amazon, and the list goes on and on. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can catch it there as well. So good morning to all of you. I see I'm probably freezing this morning, so let me apologize on the front end. I don't know what's going on. I think there's too many of us in the green room. Am I still frozen, Isaiah, or is it moving? All right, y'all. I see Karen in here as well on Facebook. Um, Adrian said YouTube gang is live. Y'all are up in there today. Yes, you are. All right, y'all. Today is Thursday, June the 15th, 2023. I am your host, Gail Dudley. Welcome everyone who tunes in live, or if you are watching the replay. Just I want to say thank you for allowing me to spend a portion of your day with you. I also see Dr. Antoinette rolling up in here as well. Y'all, it is Father's Day weekend, so shout out to all the fathers, whether you are a biological father, that word I don't like, the stepfather, or a father who's a mentor to someone else. Just, I want you to enjoy your weekend. There's a lot going on. So I want to hear from those of you in the chat, and I'll shout them out as well. What are some things you are doing for fathers this weekend. And fathers, what are you doing this weekend to help generate some ideas? For some reason, that seems to be a very difficult thing to land on. Gifts for fathers, for dads, and things like that. For women, it seems to be so simple. So go ahead and flood the chat with some thoughts and ideas. And throughout the segment, I will shout them out. I see you, Hester Jackson, coming in here as well. As you are putting those in the chat, please participate, y'all. I need to get some of that rolling. As you are putting those in the chat, again, this month we are celebrating our 3 years. 3 years will be on next Thursday, the actual date. But all month we are celebrating. And the way we are doing it, it's not through a special segment or anything like that. We are asking everybody to register at least 3 people. This is our 3rd year anniversary. So we're asking everyone to register at least 3 people to vote. 3 people, at least 3 people. If you go to 10, 13, 23, that's cool, but at least 3 people. And please report that in. Please report that in. Kenny Stanley said he's not cooking. So that means he wants somebody to take him out to dinner. So, Kelly, you got to take your man out to dinner or you have to cook. Kenny Stanley said he's not cooking. So that's one thing. So listen, he's not barbecuing or any of those things. I see Kim Edmondson coming in on YouTube, and I see Latrice Jones coming in on Facebook. I was communicating with Latrice Jones on Facebook at 6 something this morning. So y'all, again, flood the chat of things you are doing to help generate some ideas for the men in your life for Father's Day, or fathers. What are some things that you want or do not want, so that we can generate some thoughts and ideas? All right, y'all, in the news, as you are filling up the chat with that, Southern Baptist and the expulsion of 2 churches with female pastors, Saddleback Church in Southern California and Fern Creek Baptist Church in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, the delegates at the denomination's convention voted overwhelmingly, like it's over 90%, y'all, to finalize the ousters, as they call them, and that was the word they used, of one of its largest churches. So they expelled them in February, but they sealed it as of the meeting yesterday. Again, more than 90% of the delegates voted in favor of this expulsion. So it's confirmed because they have female pastors. They have that term. And it's just really interesting where they didn't mind the women to do a small group or to teach Sunday school or whatever like that, but they could not be in the pulpit, preach, become use that terminology, pastor. So they put them out. They put the churches out under the Southern Baptist denomination. It is what it is, y'all. Dallas Morning News reports that Greg Abbott signed the DEI bill into law on yesterday, and that bill will now dismantle diversity offices at colleges. Yep, y'all, he signed a bill aimed at dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion, or as so many know it as DEI offices and programs in higher education, after months of debate on the Senate and House floor in Texas. So, y'all, all of that is happening as well. And I want to know, what are your feelings behind that? Latrice Jones said, yes, fathers, tell us what you want. Yeah, we want to know. Put it in there, y'all. There's enough men on here that can fill this up and let us know what you want for Father's Day or for the entire weekend. Some of you may say, just leave me alone. I just want to binge watch Netflix or movies or whatever all week. Put that in there. So, y'all, when you look at this now, understand this started in Florida, and now it's been trickling to other states. Deborah Sneed says, where in the Bible does it say women can't preach? Well, there's that, Deborah. That's a great question to raise. Fred Jones and Latrice Jones is about to have a little dispute in the chat. This is getting ready to be real interesting. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, y'all, we have to keep looking at this as, again, we're in this season of we wanting to register at least 3 people to vote for our 3-year anniversary. And there's a reason why we want that. Y'all, CNBC reports that the Federal Reserve yesterday held off on raising interest rates for the first time, y'all, since all this jumped off, to curb inflation, which began 15 months ago, giving it more time to assess the impact of previous hikes in the economy. Now, the Fed's decision leaves the benchmark of federal funds rate at its current range of 5% to 5.25%. So there previously were 10 consecutive increases. So this has come back now. This has slowed down just a little bit. Now, the federalreserve.com, and if y'all have not visited that page, I would encourage you to do so, reports that policymakers have also released an updated economic projections forecasting the economy to grow to 1% this year from the March estimate of 0.4%. Now, y'all, inflation is expected to cool right around 3.2% at the end of 2023 and to 2.5 at the end of 2024. So now they're starting to come down. So y'all, but that's a great website to check out. Kenny Stanley said, why are men so afraid of women preachers? That's a great question. Fred Jones talking about, y'all, here's some suggestions: clothes, cologne, and electronics. But now you got to let us know what kind of cologne. What kind of cologne? Kalani says, good morning. Good morning to you, Kalani. Dr. Antoinette says, Southern Baptists are being who they've always been. It's about 100 years they've issued a weak apology similar to what they did with slavery. And there's so I love the chat. Y'all keep going. Y'all keep going. This is again is our relaxed Thursday. It was kind of like throwback. So we kind of are relaxed on today. So we'll give the news and give commentary back and forth and what's in the chat. So y'all, I want you to check that out. But y'all get this in Stockholm. Y'all know Beyonce will come to the States as of July. But Stockholm's seen high prices go everywhere. Her concert had 90,000 people in Stockholm, 90,000. So it took an opportunity for the hotels to increase their rates, for airlines to increase their rates, for restaurants to increase their rates. And they were like, wow, we had a boom here in Stockholm. And then they said, oh, yeah, B was in town. So even the prime minister, people in that area in Stockholm were really excited. And they said she can come back whenever she wants. So inflation is happening everywhere. So that's all. It was just exciting to see that Beyonce brought that for Stockholm. So, and here in the United States, they're believing it's going to increase here as well. And again, she arrives here where she lives here, but she comes back here to kick off the United States concerts in July. Y'all are in the chat. I'm loving it. Deborah Johnson says women make up the majority population of the church, but they don't want women to preach. Great question. And then Fred Jones clarified the cologne for all of you over there on the podcast. He said the cologne depends on the man and what his woman likes on him. All right. All right, Fred Jones, put it out there. Y'all, ABC News is reporting that at least 78 migrants en route to Italy from Libya drowned yesterday after the boat capsized off the southwestern coast of Greece, making it the deadliest such event in Greek waters this year. And again, this is coming straight from ABC. Over 100 migrants were rescued, although authorities expect the death toll to continue to rise. I would encourage everyone to watch the movie Swimmers. Excuse me, The Swimmers on Netflix. It's a real story. And you'll get an idea of what get an idea of what is happening and how these boats are capsizing and stuff with immigrants. You want to watch that movie. I was on the edge of my seat watching that movie on Netflix. And then before I go to Kenny Stanley, and then I'll come back with more news, USA Today reports that the Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced yesterday that he sent, now he's getting brazen with it, y'all, that he sent a group of migrants to downtown Los Angeles. At first, they were just sending planes, different places. Well, now they're becoming very brazen. He said, I sent them. Now this is the different incidents involving the GOP governors transporting asylum seekers to the state led by Democrats. So they're sending them to states where there's a Democrat governor. Greg Abbott said the migrants were bused to Los Angeles because California had declared itself a sanctuary for immigrants. So Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, who called the move just a political stunt. She said in a statement that city departments and advocacy groups were mobilized to accept migrants from Texas. So she's like, send them on, we're prepared, but stop playing with lives. And that's why I'm encouraging y'all to watch that movie, The Swimmers. because these are actual human beings. These are lives that are at stake here. And we're just putting them on planes and shipping them places and separating families and doing all sorts of things. And the question is, what else can we do as a community to make sure people, God's people, are being taken care of? As you're thinking about that, come on in here, Kenny, real quick. We're going to bring in Kenny, talk about what's happening here in sports. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
How are ya?
I'm good.
All right.
What's
Well,
happening, everybody?
let us know, what do you want for Father's Day? You said you're not cooking.
I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking. I need some chicken, some greens, some macaroni and cheese, cornbread,
Chicken,
and
greens, and macaroni and cheese
I'm cornbread, and I'm
and
gonna sit
cornbread.
back and put my feet up and eat and go to sleep. I don't want that. That's all I want.
That's all you want, Kelly. I hope you wrote that down. That's your man there. All right. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to you, and I'll be back with more news in a moment.
All right. News in Motion family, good morning. Welcome to Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Uh, well, everybody, basketball season is over with. We got 2 months before the Buckeyes kick off. But Major League Baseball is in full swing. Even though the Arizona Diamondbacks dropped one last night to the Philadelphia Phillies, 4-3, who would have thought, who would have predicted they would be in first place in the National League West? Everybody thought it would be the Dodgers, but Arizona is running away with the National League West. The Atlanta Braves are off and running again. They lead the National League East. They beat the Detroit Tigers last night 6-5. I try not to get too hyped because they let me down a lot. But my Cincinnati Reds, that's right, the big red machine, they're as hot as fish grease right now. Winners of 5 straight, 8-2 in their last 10, and they're only 1.5 games out of first place in the National League Central. Uh, they beat the Kansas City Royals last night 7-4, giving them the series sweep 3-0. Uh, it was the Minnesota Twins over the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2. The San Francisco Giants beat the St. Louis Cardinals 8-5. The Yankees fell in the Battle of New York to the Mets 4-3. Well, Oakland may be losing another professional team. On Wednesday, the Nevada legislature gave final approval for the public funding for a portion of a proposed $1.5 billion stadium with a retractable roof. The deal is waiting on the governor's signature and Major League Baseball's approval, which seems to be coming down the line. They're gonna say yes to the deal. This move will establish Las Vegas as the new entertainment and sports capital of the world. I mean, the hockey team, the Vegas Golden Knights. Never heard of them to this year. The Vegas Golden Knights, they just won the Stanley Cup in hockey last night, this week. And the Raiders, that other team that used to be in Oakland, they're looking to make noise in the NFL this season. So when this move happens, hey, Vegas is gonna be the spot to be. Hey, that's sports. I'm gonna see y'all on Saturday. Hey, happy Father's Day to everybody, all the men out there. Um, yes, Kim, they hot as fish grease. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all Saturday at 6:30. Tune in with me at 6:30 on Saturday. Back to Gail for some more news.
Hey, Fred Jones asked a question. He said, "Who's in first place in the NL Central?"
I do believe might be. I can't remember. I can't
Okay.
remember. I know we just 1.5 out.
Okay.
I know we 1.5 out.
I love
I
it.
know
I
he
love
getting ready to come at me. He's getting ready to come at me.
Listen to you.
Must be his team.
And then Marion Jackson said, with your list of your dinner, no dessert.
Lemon meringue pie, but
Oh,
that's
lemon meringue
already
pie. There
there.
you
I'm
go.
ready. I got that already.
There you go. Well, thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to you, Kenny. Enjoy your
Thank you.
weekend. And we know that you are also doing a mini sermon on Sunday, I believe you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah,
Preaching on
let's
Sunday.
lift him up and pray for him for this Sunday at Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Columbus, Ohio. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all, back to news. Let me keep going. The Hollywood Reporter shares that Twitter has been sued for $250 million by music publishers over alleged copyright infringement. Twitter is the only major social media platform without a music licensing deal. So that's happening. And then before I turn this over to Lexi and Isaiah, she got rewarded or something like that. That's just how I wanted to title this. Kim Edmondson says she'll be at Mount Olivet on Sunday. All right. CNN Business reports that a jury awarded $25.6 million to an ex Starbucks regional manager. Her name is Shannon Phillips, to be exact, who claimed that she was fired for being white in the aftermath of the arrest of two Black men at a Philadelphia location. Now, the jury on Monday found in favor of the former Starbucks regional director who sued the company. Shannon Phillips, who worked for Starbucks for about 13 years, had managed a region of stores in the area. She was soon fired after the arrest of the two Black men at the Philadelphia Starbucks um, in April 2018. Now, the New Jersey grand jury returned a verdict of $25.6 million, including $25 million for punitive damages and $600,000 in uh, um, compensatory damages, which this law firm Console represented Shannon Phillips. The jury ruled unanimously after a 6-day trial, the lawyer said, noting that Shannon Phillips would also be seeking back and front pay. Now, Starbucks said it's disappointed in the decision and is evaluating its next steps. And this is what a spokesperson told JC Anderson, CNN. So, y'all, there's a lot there, and I want to just talk about this briefly because Lexi's going to come in and talk about book banning and how a lot of these things are connecting and they tie in one to another. So, what are your thoughts on the fact that here's a woman, she sued because she said, and the title is because she's a white woman who was the regional manager in the area with the two Black men at the Philadelphia location of Starbucks. What are your thoughts that that the jury awarded her $25.6 million? I just want to hear what some of you are saying. And how is this helping things that are going on? You know, there were massive protests. People were boycotting Starbucks for the incident. As you all know, the two Black men were sitting there waiting on a business associate, and they were asked to leave, and they refused to leave, and then the police showed up. So you know that backstory there. Many of us, even those of us on News in Motion, was boycotting Starbucks. What are your thoughts on the fact that she was awarded 25.6 million? Keep it clean when you come into the chat. Keep it clean. So go ahead and start filling the chat up. And I'm gonna stay on here and until Lexi and I just chat for a moment, and I'll grab some of your comments before I turn it over to Lexi. So come on in the room, Lexi. Come on in the room. This is our high school ambassador. Good morning to you.
Hi, Auntie. Good morning.
Good morning. So let me start with you. What are your thoughts of seeing this return?
The first thought is, what does America come to? I mean, really, It's like going in a constant cycle over and over again. And like I also like to say, it only takes a conversation, like whether it's from culture to culture or whatever it is that you're going through, whatever the situation is, it only takes a conversation of trying to hear the other side's story. Like, it's not that hard. Like, why are we rewarding millions of dollars and there was no physical offense at all? It was just the fact of a Black man standing there in the same area as you, and now you feel offended. And so it's become these constant situations all the way back. And I think it was the uproar from George Floyd back in 2020, but it's just a constant situation. So it's like, when is it going to come to an end?
Wow, good question. Good question. Yeah, and even with Texas, with the DEI, and that's now a law that is being removed from higher education. There's so much, and then I know you're reporting today on book banning, and I'm with you. It's like, when is it going to end? Kalani says, I feel like we need to hear from the Black men and what they have to say or actions they should take. Thank you, Kalani. That's good. Pastor Alex Williams says, why was the regional manager fired? To my understanding, when I was going through the backstory, she was fired because when the employees contacted her, when the two black men wouldn't leave before they called the police. It was Shannon Phillips who told them to call the police. So that's my understanding. The connection of her being fired is that Starbucks is saying that she should have never encouraged them to have called the police, especially if they were waiting on associates. Because people remember, the other part is that people were saying many people go into Starbucks and they never even order anything. They just go there to meet. And so what was the difference for those two men? Let me know if that helped, Pastor Alex. Marion Jackson says she agrees with Kalani. So there's that. Okay. So back to you, Lexi. I have a question. I'm going to come back to this, but my question is, when you're hearing all of this and you're seeing, okay, so now we got diversity. We also hear, as we've talked about on News in Motion, how people are now looking at affirmative action and they're saying, well, maybe we don't need that anymore. You being in high school, you're a junior, right?
Right.
You're going into your junior year. You being in high school. What are your thoughts of all of this changing? Does it encourage you? Does it caution you? Are you concerned? Can you speak to that any?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think you kind of already said it. It was a fact of concern, but also it's fuel to my fire, right? It always encourages me to want to uplift and empower people, not just African American or Black people, just any people, that you should be able to stand up for what you believe in and not have any body or any government system be able to tell you what you can and cannot do with your creativity, which is what I'm about to talk about in a couple minutes. But you shouldn't be able to do that anywhere, anytime, and just be able to express yourself freely without. I thought America was the home of the free and the land of the free, home of the brave, right? So free is in the sentence. So we should be able to be ourselves no matter what that looks like, right? So,
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Well, with that, I want to turn it over to you. If you see some more comments in there, just pull them out. And before I sign off, what are you doing for your dad for Father's Day?
well, I mean, I am the bomb.com at cooking breakfast. So, I mean, not to brag, I know I am. I'll be very self aware about that. I'm the bomb.com at cooking breakfast. So, he usually does big breakfast. So, I'll take his place this weekend, maybe. You're welcome, Father. You're very welcome.
Listen, look, David Williams gonna have a good time. Real quick, Dr. Antoinette said so. She was fired for a poor decision that led to negative media, protests, and lost revenue. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so she was fired, but then they awarded her because she said she was fired because she was white. So there's that. Well, enjoy your dad this weekend. And to everyone who's tuning in, I'm getting ready to turn it over to Lexi and Isaiah. And y'all know that they're going to come with good content. They're also going to cut up a little bit. So encourage them and cheer them on. I see you, Cherie Brooks Wallace coming here as well. So take it away, Lexi. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to Alex Williams. He said, I find that often people make bad decisions because of bad or incompetent information, incomplete information. I would like to understand the reasoning behind her decision. Yeah, that's good. And that goes back to yesterday's Wednesday workshop, this whole critical thinking piece before we are quick to respond and do them. Let's pause and think and process and reflect and connect the dots and see, why they are moving in the way that they're moving. Y'all need to really watch yesterday's segment. Isaiah said it was the bomb.com all the way around. So there you have it. All right, Lexi, take it away.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. News in Motion family, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all of those good people. Of course, thank you to Auntie Gail and the wonderful News in Motion family and team behind her. And happy early Father's Day, as we just mentioned earlier, y'all. Today is a really big day, and I'm gonna get to it before I say my national days, but it's a really big day and we're going to celebrate it today. So today we're going to talk about the truth from the youth, the progression and digression of book banning in the US. So why are books being banned in the US? Why is book banning so important? How does this affect the students' education? And are we going in another historical cycle? So what we know from yesterday. Auntie talked about yesterday, Illinois became the first state in the U.S. to outlaw book bans after Governor J.B. Pritzker on Monday signed a legislation that would cut off state funding for any Illinois library that tries to ban books, CBS Chicago reports. CBS further explained, The new law comes as predominantly Republican-led states continue to restrict books some consider offensive in schools and libraries across the country. Governor J.B. Pritzker spoke to CBS saying book bans are about censorship, marginalizing people, marginalizing ideas, and facts. Regimes ban books, not democracies, Pritzker said before signing the legislation Monday. So to further bring you evidence, I decided to focus on different aspects of the story. So let's talk about how it can affect your children, their education, and their mental and emotional health. So this piece comes from verywellmind.com. They spoke to Renetta Weaver, who is a neuroscientist, who said, book bans are oppressive because they don't allow people to see the range of identities that exist in their culture. Weaver explains how this lack of representation allows privileged people to create a skewed view of how others are, she says, a result of BIPOC, which stands for Black, Indigenous, and People of Color. People are ashamed of themselves and expression of their culture, from food, language, hairstyle, fashion, and other practices. I wanted to show y'all some of the books that have been banned and why they have been banned. All of this comes from cbsnews.com. Let me know if you've heard of any of these books or if you know a book that's been banned in the comments. So we'll start strong with Dear Martin by Nick Stone. This book is about a Black high school student who suffers a dangerous encounter with white police officers and writes to the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., asking him what he would do. This book received 7 bans in the past year, which would have been the 2021-2022 school year. The next book I chose was Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. A Black teenage girl goes missing and her disappearance is never investigated. The book is based on real life missing Black girls who fail to receive attention from media or police. Due to its intense discussion about racism, justice, and poverty, the book, which was released in 2018, has been pulled from the classrooms or even school libraries, shows 7 times in the past school year. The last I chose was Looking for Alaska by John Green. Parents were concerned about the profanity and sexually explicit scenes in the book, which follows a group of friends dealing with the death of their own. So what I think. I'll be very honest, I had to really think about what I was going to say yesterday because this is such a frustrating topic to me. But I could also have to be sensitive to others, like all other stories we do on here. I've already said on here before that there are so many other problems in America, but that we choose to ignore, but these things we choose to attack, or these types of situations. They are actually good things in this chaotic world that we live in. I have to constantly remind myself, sometimes people don't realize the difference between taking actions for those around you and what is an action of ignorance, doing it for yourself without considering the opinions of others. Like I say, always, it only takes a conversation. We can't get stuck up in these older ways of life. Our ancestors already experienced enough of that for us. So is banning these books a step forward or a step backward? As one who uses my gifts of creativity or of writing for the betterment of others, why is the government allowing a form of diversity and inclusion become a problem? These books are educating and uplifting children and even adults. Banning these books are like putting a chokehold on artists like myself. All we want is to put our opinion out there, putting our imagination down on paper so that someone may be able to dream again. So maybe they can see another point of view. All this is doing is bringing us back to one opinion. At the end of the day, we have a choice when we wake up in the morning. Will you be a light in a chaotic world, or will you blend in like too many do every day? So y'all, that's my story. I know I got in a little deep. It's okay. I already know. But Kalani said, book banning seems like it seems another way to restrict people from history, religion, etc. I seen somewhere in a school ban the Bible from school library. See, it's stuff like that. We're cutting off people's education, and we want to try and bring it back to one purpose, and that's not the point. Auntie Latrice Jones, hey Auntie, she said, wow, Nick Stone is one of the featured authors at Columbus City School Summer Experience this year. It's sad. It's really sad. And so all we're doing is closing off people's education, even though in America, we're supposed to all be about education for our kids and the next generation. So what does this do? It's definitely a step way back. Exactly. So like I said earlier, today is a really good day that we're going to celebrate with me today because, well, I mean, sometimes I have to be the life of the party. But today, y'all, it's our 3-year anniversary. Hey, it's our anniversary. Okay, let me calm down. So News in Motion has been in motion for 3 whole years now. 3 in the Bible means divine wholeness, completeness, and perfection. So, of course, I always had to put in my little 2 cents. I said, it's been a joy to work with Auntie Gail and this team for almost 2 years now. and to not just watch us, but you all grow with us as we continue to empower and educate every morning, Monday through Friday at 7:25 a.m. Stay tuned. To say the least, it is a joy and a privilege to bring you all the truth from the youth every Thursday. So today, our national days is Global Wind Day for those who are environmentally aware, Beer Day in Britain. I guess you could celebrate here too. That's your business. National Bug Busting Day. Yuck, let's not talk about it. National Career Nurse Assistance Day. My auntie's a nurse. She's not an assistant nurse, but woo woo, go nurses. It's your week. National Marina. Hey, Dad. Hey, boo, it's your dad. Woo woo, Marina. All have their middle name, first name, whatever it is. You include it too. Put yourself in the party. National Prune Day. I'm not the biggest fan of prunes, but that's your business if you are. National Photography Day. It's national. Oh, well, hold on. National Nature Photography Day. Not national photography. Nature photography. Go take a picture with the trees, honey. Go throw the leaves and just have a moment. You know, we love a good camera moment, especially with the trees and all the things that are so pretty. It's summer now. You know, all the leaves are out and everything. Okay. National, let's see, Sneak a Kiss Day. Okay. Well, if you got a boo or you know who, just sneak a little kiss. You ain't got to talk about it. You ain't got to talk about it. That's your business. National Nursing Assistance Week. So that's why I said celebrate your week all week long. And National Smile Power Day. Remember, there is always a power within your smile. So cheese. But still, that is my story for y'all. As I can come on here and talk about your national days here, sir. Don't leave me out here lonely, man.
Nah, I was leaving out here alone, but today National Nature Day. I would take a picture with nature, but allergy season, so I'm gonna have to. I'm
Man,
gonna have to catch the next one.
to be you, Mike. I love the nature. Sucks to be you. It's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Celebrate.
It is what it is. But Lexi, we want to say thank you for all your national days. I love it when you do the national days and your special reporting on book banning. We are definitely going backwards instead of moving forward. And I like what Pastor Alex said. Book banning is an old strategy that was used by toleration and authoritarian regimes. We may be asking the wrong questions. And how would this affect not just our generation, for our age group that still reads books, even though everything's electronic, but the future generations, and how is this going to affect them? Well, will books still be around even in like the next 10 years? So we have to ask these questions. I know you said you were going to make a big breakfast for your dad on Father's Day, which is coming up this Sunday. Another thing to get your fathers, help them get a beard kit. If they're struggling with a little facial hair, get them a beard kit. You can get those from the Beard Club for about $40. It comes complete with everything. No,
if you ain't no, wait a minute. I'm just saying you can do that for people who got a little scruff like you, but people who ain't got nothing. No shade, no shade. It wasn't like that. No shade, no shade. Don't do that. So who people ain't got nothing is bare bald, and don't try to draw you a little beard. I be seeing them little man weaves they try to put on their face, act like it's cute. Honey, it ain't cute. No, because if you try to go on that date and that honey start peeling, that's going jump scare. Jump scare. Somebody got to dip real quick. Y'all not gonna get me on today. No, you're not gonna take me on no date. Have this full man weave, have me convinced. Have peeling that off your face. Yeah, I'm right out of here. You can pay the check. It's good. I'm out of here. No, you won't catch me slipping. No, you won't. Ooh, Jesus, keep me near the cross.
All right. Well, another thing is also Men's Mental Health Month. So, men, make sure that you not just take Sunday for yourself, but take a day or two for yourself. I know a lot can be going on in your life, work, being the head of the household for your family. Just know that we see you, we appreciate you, and just take some time for yourself, and whatever that means for you, whether it's listening to your favorite tunes, watching your favorite shows, you know, playing a friend online on Madden or NBA or MLB, whatever that is for you. Take some time for yourself.
I most
With
definitely want to put in there. I know you about to go on, but I'm putting in there, ladies. You know we always do self care. Put your man on some self care. You know, jade rollers, face masks. We love to see it. All the things. I hope y'all. You're welcome. Go to the dollar store. It's fine. They won't know the difference.
Good. Well, with that being said, as we're getting ready to wrap up out of here, I want to give my own shout out to News in Motion for their 3-year anniversary. I've been a part of News in Motion for about almost 2 years now. It has been an honor to work alongside so many intelligent people like Miss Gail Dudley, who give us the news that the main news outlets don't really talk about, or they do talk about, but they just talk about it a little later. Um, so to Miss Gail Dudley, to Kenny Stanley for his game over, for Devontae Goins with Unbossed, to our audio engineers, to all of our special guests that we've had over the years, we just want to say thank you, and especially to our viewers and our podcast listeners. Thank you for this community, this family, this village that we have created in these last 3 years, and we're just getting started, y'all. We're only gonna get better. So, Ms. Geldelli, we appreciate you. Thank you. With that being said,
All
I
right.
will go.
You didn't have to. You didn't have to outdo my speech. You have to do that. Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't outdoing. It was
And
just
all
giving
that.
my.
Yeah.
It was
No.
just giving
No.
my own gratitude,
Yep.
which
Your
is
own
the.
gratitude. You have to go on. Go.
If
Come
you
on.
let me,
Keep going.
let's say if you let me finish. Pastor Alex says all fathers really want is for their families to be okay. I just want peace for those who God has given me stewardship. Amen. Amen. Speaking of which, speaking of gratitude, that is actually the name of our inspirational message today. Is gratitude, and this is coming from First Thessalonians, chapter 5.
You
From
said
the
it right.
new this.
Hallelujah.
Okay, not too much on
Praise
me, all
God.
right. But this is coming from the New Living Translation. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, and it says, "Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus." So with it being the third anniversary year of News in Motion, and for those of you who have just poured into not only me and Lexi as the young people, but who have poured into News in Motion, there's not enough words, enough time in the day to express our gratitude. But we also have to give gratitude to God for waking us up each day, for giving us brand new mercies. And when we constantly make the same mistakes over and over again, when we're in a constant loop or a constant cycle of our mistakes. Gratitude is also just giving God praise for all the trials and tribulations that He's brought you through, but also the ones that He's going to, put in front of you. Sometimes you don't give gratitude for the challenges in life because they seem too hard, or it seem unfair. But we should give gratitude because they help develop the person that we're going to be, or they're going to make us stronger later on in life. So we have to give gratitude in all circumstances, the good, the bad, when you're doing well in life, when you're not doing well, when you're financially stable, when you're struggling financially. Give gratitude in all circumstances and in everything you do for those who truly belong to God. Lexi, what did you want to bounce off of
I
that?
mean, you said everything I was going to say, but I mean, I had to look up the definition. That's why I was looking down. It was the quality of being thankful or readiness, catch it, to show
Mm,
appreciation for and to return of kindness. So it's a constantly ready media, right? So we're always ready. We're ready new. So you got to be ready to give gratitude at all times, no matter the
come on.
situation or the circumstance. You have to have an attitude of gratitude, right? So just be ready. Like the energy you give off is the energy you're going to receive. So if I'm giving off gratitude, I will receive gratitude in 10 times fold. So you just got to be careful with it. All right. I'm not going to preach a sermon, but I'm just quote off, just attitude of gratitude. I think you said everything I could have said.
Listen, I just had that on my spirit, but I'm glad that you gave it the real definition, the attitude of gratitude, and you have to be pure and intense with that attitude for your gratitude. With that being said, I know what we do here. Thank you for tuning in on our Friday Eve. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Again, to Miss Gail Dudley, thank you for allowing us young people to, give our own perspective on the news. We do cut up a little bit, but we got to keep it fun. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it fun.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a tad bit. So enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy y'all Friday. To all of the fathers, enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy y'all day. Just kick back, relax. And let the family take care of you for once. And with that being said, we love you. We will see you next week. We will see you next week. And y'all know what we say here. Make some bold moves. We out.